All of you already know that India's Got Latent is officially shut down. Samay has removed all of his India's Got Latent videos from his YouTube, which means I don't see it coming back into the light any day. But over the past 2 3 days, मेरे दिमाग में ऐसा बहुत कुछ चल रहा है that I wanted to talk about, and it's not regarding Samay or India's Got Latent, but more to do with Ranveer, right? Uh, so Ranveer is probably uh, an idol for a lot of people, given the fact that he's speaking with a lot of spiritual gurus, a lot of podcasts, a lot of information that he's providing and sharing. At the same time, he's also spreading the word of Sanatan Dharma. So while I completely agree that जो भी उसने show पे बोला है is something that uh, is very bad and something that is not acceptable. But what I want to talk to you about is on the spiritual side of Ranveer, right? And this is what matters to me because I have personally seen his podcasts and I've been seeing it for a very long time. And so I have three questions for him, right? मैं बहुत दिन से सोच रहा था कि यार ऐसा क्यों किया वैसा क्यों किया. The first question is, यार, you've been meditating every day, right? You've also been initiated in a lot of uh, programs that you call, and which means that आप सुबह शाम दिन रात शायद वही करते रहोगे, and you are definitely the way that you have portrayed yourself and positioned yourself is that दारू पीता था, बीफ खाता था, नॉनवेज खाता था, and वहां से you've uplifted your life from all the negatives towards the positives through spirituality, which I completely agree. Because as a student of spirituality myself, I also meditate quite a bit. Not quite a bit, but शायद 2 दिन में एक बार अगर मैं meditate कर लेता हूँ. But definitely I go to a Hanuman Mandir every weekend. And on a Tuesday as well, I chant my chalisas 3 times or 5 times, and I meditate in the mandir as well. Now what happens is जब मैं वहाँ ये सब करता हूँ ना, तो मेरे दिमाग में जो आपने शो पे कहा है वो थॉट भी नहीं आता, right? About your parents having sex, or about you talked about I'll give you 2 crore to suck my dick, so on and so forth. एंड अगर आप 100% स्पिरिचुअलिटी में हो ना, मैं शायद 1 या 2% ही. बट यार मेरे को तो ये थॉट नहीं आता, right? And you have your gurus such as Rajarshi Nandi, who has actually told you that probably it's a sign of God that they have chosen you to spread the word of Sanatan Dharma and the spirituality across this generation. And this is what you do, right? So that brings me to the second question is that is this actually spirituality that you're trying to do, or is this more like a PR tactic कि आपको बताते हैं कि भाई अरे गेस्ट आ रहे हैं और हमने पढ़ा है कि मस्टर्ड ऑयल में अगर ये करते हैं दिया जलाते हैं सो मेडिटेशन बहुत डीप और स्ट्रांग हो जाती है, सो व्हाई डोंट यू जस्ट पुट इट ऑन द शो एंड देन टेल पीपल एंड यू लाइक या यू नो व्हाट लेट्स डू इट. So is this a PR tactic? Is this how you've just positioned yourself without actually being into this, right? And that is, if that is true, it is fucking sick, right? Because you're meeting people like Rajashri Nandi and a lot of other gurus, जो हम लोग उनसे मिल नहीं पाते, हम उनसे बात नहीं कर पाते. The guy is given the trust in you that probably you are choosing to spread the word of Sanatan Dharma. And the moment you said those sentences and those words was probably the blackest day in Rajashri Nandi's life. Like this is what you've done, bro. One of the questions, or the third question that I have is, यार अगर मैं कुछ गलत करता हूँ ना, so I get to understand it. If and not that at that particular moment, but at least कल या परसों तो मुझे लगता रहेगा कि यार मैंने कुछ तो गलत किया है. And I'm pretty sure because I've been into advertising myself that ये जो शो शूट हुआ है और वो शो शूट होने और एयर होने के बीच में there's at least 2 weeks of time, right? एक हफ्ता, 2 हफ्ता, 10 दिन कुछ तो रहेगा टाइम, right? So you shot the show, you did all of this vulgarity, and then you went back home, you meditated, you did some podcast, you educated people about everything Sanatan, and you did not even realize that you did something wrong, that you said something wrong. You could have gone at that point of time to the production house and said कि भाई इसको निकालो, इसको प्लीज निकालो यहाँ से, मुझे ये चीज नहीं बोलनी चाहिए थी, मैंने बोल दी, बट इसको प्लीज यहाँ से निकालो. So for 1 week or 2 week, you knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to air. You knew that you were going to talk about these things, and eventually it aired, and it fucking backfired. Not just on you, but it closed Samarana's shop. And I don't want to blame Samarana in any way because वो बंदा अलग है, उसका target audience अलग है, वो जो करता है वो अलग है, and people have kind of accepted him. But you have positioned yourself as a spiritual person, right? So these are my three questions. क्या ये spirituality है या तुम्हारा एक PR tactic है that you just want to run? I'm just a small creator. This is probably my first video that I'm, putting out. So I'm not sure if it will ever reach you. But a lot of people have these questions. Why do we follow you? Why do we subscribe to you? You got to answer about this, Ranveer. You have to do it. आज नहीं तो कल. और मुझे पता है इंडिया की जनता भी कैसी है कि यार 1 साल के बाद सब भूल जाएंगे, 6 महीने के बाद सब भूल जाएंगे, they'll start subscribing you again. But the conscience, your conscience has to be clear, boss. You just cannot put up an Instagram video saying, I'm sorry, I don't want to justify my actions, ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya, so on and so forth. Come on, stop being in the PR bullshit and talk realistically what happened, boss. It's as simple as that. So here are my three questions, and it is really frustrating because I used to follow you, man, and a lot of people like me have followed you. A lot of people have got initiated. A lot of people have started meditating, and you've done some good work in the past. But if it's not true, it's not worth it, man. So yeah, thanks.